Governor Jim Hunt joins us now at the Emerging Issues Forum 30 years later. Welcome to North Carolina Now.
Thank you. I started this 30 years ago.
I know.
And I've been involved in it, chaired it for up until last year, 29 years. It's great to see what's happened in the forum, but how the forum has helped to shape and build North Carolina.
Let's talk about 30 years. What was that like over the 30 years to see those issues and to be able to uncover the possibilities for North Carolina? What was that like?
Well, I mentioned to a group last night that when I was a freshman at NC State, 1955, 56, I learned that the textile industry was losing jobs by the hundreds of thousands of each year. And I remember sitting in a classroom as a freshman in college and saying, where are the jobs going to come from? We're losing our jobs. I knew that tobacco and farming was having a tough time, but that's rebounded. Furniture and was having a tough time. Many of these were lower paying jobs. And so I started thinking even then, and all through my 4 terms as governor, I was focusing on how do we build the economy of North Carolina. It turns out you do it mainly through education, developing bright, creative, innovative people, a skilled workforce, and of course working with business and all the people who make investments and give leadership. That's what the Emerging Issues Forum has been about for 30 years. And I've been thrilled to have the opportunity to lead it. We have here now, the first one was about innovation. How do we develop new ideas and new products and services and companies and jobs? Here, 30 years later, we're back to the same thing. It's innovation reconstructed or revisited. And we've got 1,000 innovators here who are learning and thinking and exchanging ideas.
When you look at some of the issues that we've talked about over the course of the forum, what's really stood out for you? What are some of the issues and the problem solvers and those issues that's really stood out?
Well, I'd have to say education. We have focused and come up with new ideas about what to do. For example, NC State has a whole new focus on agricultural biotechnology. Well, the Emerging Issues Forum 15 years ago, 20 years ago, had a whole 2-day session on biotechnology. We were learning, this was all brand new. So the next year we hadn't exhausted it, so we had a second forum on the same thing, biotechnology. We've never done that before. Today there are 500 companies in biotechnology, 60,000 workers, high wages in North Carolina in biotechnology. Some of the effects of the forum, but education, we focused on the infrastructure, the roads, highways, the environment, healthcare. So those things, education, environment, healthcare, and the economy, of course, the big things. And this is, in a sense, where North Carolina comes together once a year to talk about where we are, to face up to the problems we face and the issues, and 1,000 people learn and think and contribute and discuss, and we come out with new ways to move North Carolina forward and make it all that it can be and should be.
Governor Hunt, what do you see for the next 30 years of Emerging Issues Forum? What are you hopeful for?
Well, I want the Emerging Issues Forum to be a place where we develop new ideas and bring people together and get them to decide to do things. What I hope North Carolina will do is to focus in particular on education, early childhood. We've had some of those ideas come forward. And Smart Start is doing a great job, and pre-K and so forth. Improving our schools, paying our teachers well, including those veteran teachers that have been left out. Doing the kind of research that we can be doing. We are doing a lot of it, but we need to be doing a lot more. So I hope North Carolina will invest in its people, invest in its infrastructure, that we will work together and care about each other and help each other. We had a terrible past one time back yonder when black people were mistreated. And we've done some things to improve that, but we've got a long way to go. Our Hispanic people ought to be treated right. Young Hispanics ought to be able to be citizens, in my opinion. And we need to move forward, and if we do that with the best ideas and good hearts, there's no stopping this state.
Governor Jim Hunt, it is always a pleasure to speak with you, sir. Thank you so much.